Hi, and welcome to week 3, chapters 5 and 6. Let's click on week 3. Okay, and once again reviewing, here is the Applia / MindTap resources, information, videos, and also assignments and quizzes that you would link to. There's chapter 6 PowerPoints and chapter 6 MindTap / Applia videos, readings, assignments, and quizzes. Then down here you have your discussion board, assignments. Again, the initial one that's 100 words or more is due Wednesday, right here Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. And then the two responses to two different students that are each 50 words or more, minimum of 50 words, is due Saturday by 11:59 p.m. And lastly, we have week 3 assignment due by Saturday, 11:59 p.m. Okay. If you have any questions about that, let me know. And let's start off by reading or looking at PowerPoint for chapter number 5. So we go here. Okay, so this week I'm going to start off with the short workplace message and digital media. Okay, so learning outcome number 1. There's a total of 5 learning outcomes. First one is understand email, memos, and the professional standards for their usage, structure, and format in digital era workplace. Every company has a different standard format. Some are very slightly different, some are dramatically different. So we're just going to go over the standards and then know that you have to be flexible when you get to a specific company and what their requirements and etiquette and all that would be. Okay, so preparing a digital age email message and memos. Paper-based messages, business letters, and office memos. And you have the electronic messages, which you know all of those much better than even I do. Of course, anyone my age would be at a disadvantage to someone your age for the most part. Not always, but for the most part. Okay, so email is not going away. It's the standard way of communicating, even though we have text and instant messaging and messenger and all those as well. And so complaints about email. Emails are confusing, poorly written. Many business school graduates lack writing skills. Many times business school graduates just do uh, sentence fragments, random thoughts, and they don't actually put it in proper sentence structure. And poor texting and social media habits affect email skills. Okay. So, writing plan for information email. Subject line, summarize the main ideas in condensed form. And so this will help the person understand what the message is about. Okay, avoid meaningless words such as help, important, or meeting. Okay, opening, include a greeting such as hi, Lily, thanks, Lily, or greetings, Lily. Nothing is more upsetting than having an email that's just one sentence that's a question or a command or a statement, and that's it. There's no greeting. I mean, it's like just walking up to somebody and starting into a conversation without greeting them. It's very rude, and it starts it off with a very negative tone. The body explains and justifies the main idea. Group similar ideas together. Use headings, bullets listed. Avoid wordiness. Don't sacrifice clarity. And then the closing. Um, it's very difficult to contact somebody, especially if you have to call them or send them something through regular mail or FedEx or something like that, and you don't have a closing and then a signature to go with it. Control your inbox. My inbox says that I have over 1,000 emails in it, and I also have 6, I think now. I think there's 6 now different email addresses that I have. Um, and the 1,000 is just for the ECU one. So it is very difficult to control your email inbox, and I wish I was much better at it. But to make sure that you have everything under control, it would be good to create files and to put everything in the file. It could be by the person or by the project or however you want to do it. It could be by the class if you're doing it while you're still in school. Okay. Replying efficiently without down editing it. Um, Down editing it means inserting your response into parts of the incoming message. Don't do that because people will just see the first line and say, "Why did you just reply to my email with my email without answering it?" Because they won't see that you're putting your message in between their messages. It's much easier just to answer the email with your email message at the top and then keep referring back to theirs as you're answering it. Hey, best practice for a better email getting started. Don't write if another channel, such as IM, social media, or a phone call, might work better, especially if something is really detail oriented and complicated. A phone call or a Zoom meeting might be much more appropriate than an email that gets very convoluted very quickly. Okay. Top 10 email mistakes. There they are. I always triple check people's names because if you start off with hi and then you misspell their name, you get off on the wrong foot right away, and that's never good. Okay, copying, forwarding recklessly. Never, ever reply to all unless everybody else is doing that. If you're the first one replying, just reply to the original sender. Replying to all can be quite confusing and detailed, and all of a sudden the person's getting 5, 10, 15 emails on the same topic that they don't really need because they're just one of the respondents or receivers of the original email. And then number one is expecting an instant response. Of course, people don't do that. I've sent an email out, but today is the 28th. I sent an email out on the 11th to someone at ECU, and I still have not had a response as of yet. I'm sure I'll get one eventually, but I have no idea when that will be. Okay, let's keep moving here. Learning outcome number 2, explain workplace instant messaging and texting as well as their ability to best practice. Real-time, immediate sharing, enterprise grade. Group share is the new one that I just started using, I guess, a year and a half ago. So it's relatively new compared to these other ones. So that's another one where it's instantaneous. Okay, trying to get down to the next one here. Learning outcome number 3, identify professional applications of podcasts or wikis. Might keep you up to date in the latest of what's going on in your field. Number 4, describe how businesses use blogs to connect with internal and external audiences and list best practices for professional blogging. If the company that you're going to work for doesn't do that and you are a semi-professional at this, you just might have a job just because of that one feature, all else being equal. You might be able to outdo your competition when it comes to interviewing. But you have to know the business purpose for the blog more than just the social purpose for a blog. Okay? And then, of course, writing skills come into play with blogging. And number 5, define the advantages and risks of businesses using social media networks. Okay, and obviously there are a ton of both. Okay, so let's go on then to chapter number 6. And that is positive and neutral messages. First learning outcome, name the channels through which typical positive messages travel in the digital era, which are emails, memos, and business letters, and explain how business letters should be formatted. Okay, so positive neutral messages characteristics. So the routine and straightforward help workers conduct everyday business, make up the bulk of the workplace communication, and require solid writing skills so people understand what you're trying to communicate. Channels, we already went through that. Understanding business letters are still the preferred channel for external communication in certain situations. Go to suppliers, government agencies, vendors, customers. Encourage feedback, project a favorable image to the organization, and promote future business. Still, a lot of people out there that like the formal mail from the post office. So that might be the difference between getting and keeping a good customer and losing one. Okay, next. Learning outcome 2, compose direct messages that make requests, respond to inquiries online and offline, and deliver step-by-step instructions. So, opening, same as the email, right? Ask the most important question first or express a polite command. Please answer the following questions. Avoid long explanations preceding the main idea. Okay. Body explains the request logically and courteously. List the questions. Use open-ended questions. Suggest reader benefits if possible. Why am I doing this? If there's no benefit to me, why bother doing it? Okay. Closing, state specifically and cursorily what action is to be taken. Mention an end date if there is one, and make it easy for the receiver to respond. The easier, the better. And there are some examples which you have in your book. Okay. Here we go. Learning outcome 3. Prepare a message that makes direct claims and voice complaints, including online posts. Okay. So opening, describe clearly desired action. Then you have body, explains your claim, tell why it is justified, and then the closing, end pleasantly with a goodwill statement, and guidelines for writing online reviews and complaints. Okay. Learning outcome 4, write adjustment messages that salvage customers' trust and promote further business. Remember, the whole point is it's business, it's not personal. So you don't want to lose business because of a personality conflict or hold a grudge and lose business in the future. 3 main goals of adjustment messages: rectify the wrong if one exists, regaining the confidence of the customer, and promoting further business. Subjects and openings, see, these are all pretty much follow the same lines, and the closing, they are a little bit different depending on what you're trying to do, but it's the same type of format. Okay. And then number 5, craft special messages that foster goodwill and convey kindness. Okay, keep it short, be selfless, be specific, be sincere, and be spontaneous. And saying thank you is always a good thing. So, yeah, I'll have a great week, and I will see you next week via video.